I wanted to talk about what you do to stay well when you're sick, because when I get sick, and this is probably the case when you get sick, so many of your tools that you use to feel good don't work. For example, I rely heavily on exercise. My swims and runs during the week, I think, really help stabilize my brain chemistry. And when I can't work out, I really notice the difference. And in my diet, too, I try to eat a lot of fish and vegetables. But when I'm sick, those are like the last thing that I want to eat. I just want to snack on crackers and drink Sprite, even though those things will probably not be very good for my mood. So I try to practice these 4 rules when I'm sick. The first thing I do is try to avoid all irritants. And by that, I mean difficult people, places, things, situations. For me, that means not reading the newspaper, because I have to be in a pretty stable place in order to read the newspaper. It can really depress me when I read about what's going on in the world and even locally, the crimes and so forth. It can kind of get the snowball really going, the snowball of anxiety. And so when I'm sick, I just simply don't read the newspaper. The second thing I do is to lower my expectations way, 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 way down. So, for example, I try to limit the kids' TV, but on these sick days, I pretty much let them watch as much TV as they want. I know that's not great parenting, but I cut myself some slack on these days, and I try to be a little nicer to myself than I am in a regular day. Um, I also don't return all the emails that I get on my computer. I really like to be conscientious and return an email soon after I get it, but I let them slide during this time. I guess I just allow myself a little bit of a breather. Third, even if I'm not feeling up to running, I try and get outside anyway. I try and at least walk, even if it's walking very slowly. Today I forced myself to get outside for 45 minutes, and I really didn't want to at first because I was just feeling like crap. But I made myself, and at the end of 45 minutes, at least some sun exposure picks me up a little bit. I guess it's similar to fake it till you make it. If you get your body into thinking that you're not as sick as you think you are, then chances are you'll feel a little bit better. And the last thing is just to wait until it passes. I know that sounds simple. It's pretty much do nothing. But that can be pretty hard when your brain thinks that you're going to be sick for the rest of your life and this is the beginning of the end and it's only going to get worse, and you know how the snowball goes. It's catastrophizing, and if you can just convince yourself that you're sick, you need a couple of days just to be sick, that I find lessens your anxiety during these days.